Recording in progress.
नमस्सर्वेभ्यः कक्ष्यायां स्वागतं सुप्रभातं च प्रार्थनया प्रारम्भं कुर्मः गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा हरिः ओं तत्सत् अद्य अस्माभिः नूतन उपभागे प्रवेशः भाषास्थापत्यम् इत्यस्मिन्नेव विषये वाक्यस्तरे किं किं भवति वाक्यसंरचना कथं भवति इति पठामः. First we are going to look today at verb, okay, because verb forms the central hub and we would like to visualize the nouns as elements linked to the verb using spokes of sambandhas, of connections. So we'll look at sentence as a chakra, as a circle. It will be very interesting visualization which I found very strong and correlating in my mind for understanding the sentence level grammar. So how are these nouns related to the verb? In SamskritaVyakaranam we call it as karaka sambandha, okay, and vibhakti is the mechanism by which we create that association. That means the noun have certain binding. Each noun has a certain binding with the verb with a specific karakatva, and that karakatva is it dictates what type of vibhakti pratyaya we use for the noun. Okay, vibhakti finally is a suffix, set of suffixes, okay, and karaka is the force of the noun on the verb or between them. Then we will look at the grammar of this ancient language, where not just one simple sentence, it has the ability to have series of clauses building into a main sentence. Okay, so you can actually explain a very complex context of things in one sentence. So we have the concept of upavakya and pradhana vakya, which encompasses all the upavakyas and some direct elements of the pradhana vakya to go with it. So you can look at it as a two-wheeler, three-wheeler, four-wheeler but there is one wheel with engine, which is the pradhana vakya. Okay, some visualization like that is useful. Okay, then internoun relationships. So it is not just that the nouns alone are related to the verbs, it is also that there are certain internoun relationships of various nature. The primary one amongst them is the possessive case, which is also a vibhakti pratyaya technique, which is, we call it as akaraka vibhakti, because it doesn't have a karakatva. Karakatva can only be there if the kriyapada is having a direct reference to the noun in a sense. So we will see this. It may sound all mysterious, it will be very easy. Then other types of internoun relationships, okay, relate to adjectives and adverbs. Okay, very much a property of the Sanskrit sentence. We call them as visheshanams. If you want, you can prefix them as nama visheshanam, kriya visheshanam. Nama visheshanam is not used as such as a specific title. We just use visheshanam to mean nama visheshanam, and we use kriya visheshanam to mean kriya visheshanam. Basically, with the kriya prefix, it becomes a special type of visheshana which relates to the action word rather than another noun. Okay, and then the other important aspect at sentence level is what is the voice as we know them in English, voice of the sentence. So we deal with active, passive and an impersonal, three levels of voice in Samskritam, and the Samskritam titles are Kartari, Karmani and Bhave. Basically Kartari is a Saptami Ekavachana. All these are Saptami Ekavachana words, Kartari, Karmani, Bhave. So in the Karta is the meaning of kartari. Okay, karta me, that is what it is saying. Karmani means karmpe or karmme, like that. Okay, so in the karma, and then bhave is in its own meaning, in the sense of its own meaning, in that adhikarana, in that locative sense. of the Kriya Pada. Okay, so we identify these prayogas, and primarily the Kriya Pada is the primary element that shows this color, and then other nouns relate around the Kriya Pada in specific ways in each of these voices. So these are the things that we are going to discuss under this subject, but we will probably get into a few of those today. Okay. Alright, so verb as a central hub and nouns as spokes. Vakya Chakram. So for example, let us say the action is pathati. Okay, that is the kriya. Somebody reads. What all we can tell from pathati? Path dhatu is there, which means the act of reading, and ati ending is there, which is present tense prathama purusha ekavachana. That means he or she, one entity, some he or some she, okay, is reading. Like for example, Rama is reading, Sita is reading, some such thing is indicated. We don't know who, but we do know it is a prathama purusha ekavachana karta, okay, which means third person singular. So that much is told by this Kriya Pada itself speaks all these things. Next, how we look at it, let us put it down as a central hub of the sentence. So pathati kriya, will identify it as kriya. Next we have Ramaha patati. Let us grow the sentence a little bit. This is called sentence pyramiding. Okay, it's a standard technique to learn. So Ramaha patati. So for example, we can ask kaha patati. Okay, so Ramaha patati. First question could be kim bhavati, what happens? Patati. Okay, reading happens by some third party. So kaha patati, who is reading? Ramaha patati, answer. Okay, so a boy called Rama, he is reading. So we introduce Rama as a first spoke, okay, and that is karta. Okay, so here Rama is situated with a particular vibhakti suffix which relates him as the karta of patati. We won't confuse anything else in the sentence as the karta except Rama, because he is situated in a specific vibhakti relationship. Okay, later we will see actually this is prathama vibhakti, which is why one dot is indicated there. So prathama vibhakti relationship. Alright, so he is the karta, and this is because patati is in, another thing that I didn't mention at that time was it is in active voice because somebody reads. Okay, it is not something is read, it is somebody reads. Okay, so it's in active voice. So who reads? Rama reads. So Rama is prathama vibhakti in the active voice. Okay, so that's the first relationship built up there. Next could be what he reads. Kim patati. So we can ask Ramaha kim patati. What does Rama read? Okay, so here the answer could be patham patati. Okay, technically kim is an napumsaka question. When we don't know, we just generally default asking kim patati. But if the answer is in pullinga, pataha, but pataha will go to patham form to go to the dvitiya vibhakti. The dvitiya vibhakti in active voice brings the karma relationship. So patham, instead of writing pataha here, because that karta has been taken over by Rama, so patha has to take some new relationship with the patana kriya, which is as the object of the reading. So he takes the dvitiya vibhakti in active voice. So in active voice, dvitiya vibhakti indicates a karma or an object of the kriya. This, first of all, this kriya itself dictates whether there can be an object. There are some actions which do not dictate a karma pada. For example, Ramaha dhavati, Rama runs. Okay, running doesn't have a karma. You cannot say Rama runs. In English it may be little bit different. I am saying in Samskrita sense there is no karma, or there is no kind of a target nature of anything with respect to running. It is just a self act of, so we call them akarmaka kriya pada. They don't have a karma with them. Like tishtati, stands up. So upavishati, sits down. Dhavati, runs. These are all not vectored actions. They are actions per se which finish in the subject itself, which is Rama. Okay, so whereas reading has a vector with respect to what is being read. So if you cannot say what runs, okay, then it is a akarmaka. So since you cannot say what runs, what stand, okay, who stands you can ask, you cannot say what stands, right? So even in all Indo-European languages, basically all Indian languages and most European languages, you do recognize this commonality of having an object or not having an object. Okay, sakarmaka, akarmaka we call them. So here this patkriya has been chosen by me because it suits my teaching of including the karma pada. So patati, patham patati, kim patati. Kim is what neutral thing he reads, but you can also ask kam patati, which would be masculine way of asking, patham patati. But since we don't know whether it's kim, kam or kam, whether it's a strilinga thing he is reading, a napumsakala thing he is reading, or a pullinga thing he is reading. Like I told you, not just Rama, Sita have gender. In Samskritam, every word has a gender which can be masculine, feminine or neutral. Some pratipadikas can go in all three lingas because they need to go in all three lingas, which we will see later. But generally, when natively the word is for itself, when it is about some lesson, the lesson is a masculine word in Samskritam called patha. Okay, it is patha pratipadika and its pratama ekavachana form is patah. So the same patha pratipadika goes to patham in dvitiya to indicate its object relationship with pathati. So now I can say three sentences. Just I can say pathati, or I can say Ramaha patati, which you see explicitly there. I can eliminate Rama and say patham patati. Still it is a legal sentence. Patati is a legal sentence. A kriyapada is a legal sentence. Isn't that good? Okay, reads. Then Rama reads. Then the lesson reads. Okay, I mean English it doesn't sound good, but in Samskritam patham patati, or in Kannada or Hindi it sounds perfect. Pathavannu oduttane, pathko padta hai. We don't need to bring Rama into the sentence to complete the legality of the sentence. Maybe in English you might be forced to do that. That's due to its own nature. Okay, or you can state it differently. For example, reads a book. That's a sentence. You don't need to say he reads a book, she reads a book, Rama reads. It's like probably you need to slightly reorder in English to make sense. That's all. Okay, so that's how it goes. Now what else can we bring in? Kena pathati, with what he reads. Does he read with spectacle? I mean, in some situations this can be asked. Here also it can technically be asked, because today there are many methods of reading a lesson. You can listen to it and technically be reading it, but you are hearing it really to read it in the mind. But here in this case we can bring in the chakshu or the eye as an instrument of the action of reading. So chakshusha patham pathati. Chakshuhu ukaranta pada, chakshu pada. So chakshusha will be the form in tritiya vibhakti. So number 3 here indicates tritiya vibhakti. So the question is kena, with what? Okay, kena can be a question for pullinga or napumsakalinga. If it is a strilinga reference you want to bring, kaya you have to bring. But when we don't know, we default to napumsaka. So kena fits the bill with what he reads. So with the eye he reads. Okay, and chakshuhu, it's a pada which has gone to tritiya vibhakti to indicate chakshusha. Okay, so now a fourth sentence can be made with, of course the fourth sentence is all of this, but it can be simply chakshusha pathati, with the eye he reads. Somebody reads. He, I am saying here as placeholder for English sake. So with the eye somebody reads. Okay, so of course the full color now is with all of them. So we add the chakshusha as the fourth as the third spoke and put tritiya vibhakti, and that vibhakti is called karana karaka. So for example, kartru karaka is the relationship of Rama with Pathati, karma karaka is the relationship of Patha with Pathati, karana karaka, I mean instrumental case, okay, is the relationship with chakshu. Okay, so you can see the pratyaya is varying, and the pratyaya we are attaching is a vibhakti pratyaya. So this is pratama ekavachana vibhakti pratyaya for akaranta pullinga shabda, goes like that. For akaranta pullinga shabda, dvitiya vibhakti ekavachana pratyaya is sense. Okay, or just the anuswara. Actually alanta makara originally, due to certain anuswara sandhi, it takes on the dot form here, patham. Okay, and here it is chakshuhu, chakshu ukaranta shabda, and sha is the pratyaya as seen for this shabda. Okay, so sometimes na will come, some na will come, some sha will come, ena will come. Just like kena has ena. So for example, it was Rama as the noun here, not that it can become Rama here, but let's say Ramena patham patati. It will be semantically correct, syntactically correct, semantically meaningless. Okay, yeah. Please, anytime, please intervene. Don't hesitate to ask questions. Okay, questions are most welcome. That's how we learn more. Okay, otherwise I am assuming you are getting everything, and I may be missing some key points which is you are not getting the meaning. So please ask. Okay, so next, what
if I have to say, Rama is studying Sanskrit patham from help of guru, for example.
Correct.
Such is the instrument. What is guru then?
Guru is not just an instrument. Guru comes as a upapada vibhakti there. Okay, sahaya, help, comes, right? So guru's help. How do you see? You think in English or Kannada first. Okay, gurugala sahayadinda, like that. So gurugala, possessive case, right? Sahayadinda, with the help. Okay, so sahaya or the help goes to tritiya vibhakti because the instrumentality is there. But whose help? Guru's help. Okay, so we go Ramaha guroho sahayena patham patati. Sahayena takes the kena form.
Correct.
Okay, but basically we are slightly jumping the gun. What is guru in this relationship? We will bring that slowly. Okay, just be patient.
Yeah.
Good question, but be patient. Yeah. Anybody else has any question? Yeah. Okay. So next could be what? Kutra patati. Where does he read? Where does he do this reading? Where does he read? Kutra patati. Grihe patati. He is studying at home. So at home. This is called adhikarana. So the number didn't jump to 4. If you see, it jumped to 7 because this number is nothing about sequence here. It is about the vibhakti of the word. So grihe, this is the griham, okay, shabda. It's an apumsaka shabda. Griham, grihe, grihani, like that. But the same griham in saptami ekavachana also has the form grihe, okay, at the home. So in contextually we know to not read this as 2 houses in pratama vibhakti. Contextually we know to read this as ekavachana saptami. So sometimes the vibhakti pratyayas, when we add to the pratipadika, not always a unique form which is not colliding with anything else appears. Okay, that means there can be the same pratipadika can take the same form in couple of different vibhakti places or vibhakti vachana combination places. So contextually we now have to place, oh, this is in saptami, this is not in dvitiya, this is not in prathama vibhakti dvivachana, like that, or it's not in dvitiya dvivachana, like that we have to take. Okay, for example, akaranta napumsaka shabdas, for straight away, phalam phale phalani, phalam phale phalani, identical copycat for prathama vibhakti and dvitiya vibhakti. The 3 vachanas have various forms, but still between first and second vibhakti identical forms. Again, phale appears as saptami ekavachana. So phale, which was prathama dvivachana, dvitiya dvivachana, also appears as saptami ekavachana. Over time we know this context, to take a little context. So that means one thing first we have to understand is, whereas mostly more than 90% uniqueness exists for a form, there are cases where they actually have overlapping forms in different senses, in different meanings. The griha shabda has not changed its meaning, but the pratyaya changes the meaning of the griha as in, at the home, in the home, or 2 homes, etc., like that. Okay, or 2 homes as object. Okay, so that we have to contextually take it. So here, how do I know this is not 2 homes? See, Rama is ekavachana, patati is ekavachana, so it must be karta, must be doing. That is a grammatical view, but really more at a sentence level our brain tells us, oh, at home, because that's what is the, where he reads is the reason, that's why grihe has come like that. Okay, we don't conflate it with 2 homes or 2 homes form. We take it as 1 home at form. Okay, I hope that is clear. Just I am indicating what's happening. A little bit beyond what is needed to be taught here, but it's useful. So kutra, where? This is a question for where. Okay, or you can ask it as kasmin also, in what. Okay, all right. Next, so that we place it grihe. So saptami vibhakti, and we call it adhikarana karaka. So adhikarana vibhakti, adhikarana karaka relationship with kriya. So we can say a sentence grihe patati as one simple sentence. So we can say patati alone, we can just say Ramaha patati, or we can just say patham patati, or we can just say chakshusha patati, or we can just say grihe patati. See how what is happening. Patati cannot be escaped. We cannot have a sentence with Ramaha patam, it's a meaningless sentence. We cannot say Ramaha chakshusha, meaningless. We cannot say Ramaha grihe. We have to bring in patati. So the patati but has a standalone life and has a life with each of the karaka vibhaktis on its own. Okay, so patati is the hub, so it can stand on one spoke as a sentence. Okay, and 0 spokes also as a sentence. So patham patati, one sentence, chakshusha patati, grihe patati, or you can make other combinations including all of them also as the final big form, which is what you see here. Ramaha grihe chakshusha patham patati. What else? So next we can have
Mahodaya?
Yes, Mahodaya.
I have one more down, like Ramaha chakshusha patam patashale patati. That also we can write.
Patashalayam. Shala is a strilinga shabda. So it won't be shale, it will be shalayam. And that will be the answer for kutra. Okay. Patashalayam. Okay. Or shalayam. Okay.
Okay.
Correct. You can substitute griha with shala. But in the form will be shalayam. Okay. Akaranta strilinga pada shala pada, like Sita or Lata pada, it goes to latayam. So same way shala goes to shalayam, and it's still saptami adhikarana vibhakti. Okay.
Okay.
Next, what else we can ask? For what good purpose we can ask, right? Why does he read? Kimartham patati. Ramaha kimartham patati. Jnanaya patati. For the sake of knowledge he reads. Like that could be the answer. So this jnanaya, we call it chaturthi vibhakti. So this is the kind of the purpose. Okay, it's recipient slash purpose. Okay, so jnana is, you can say, roughly the recipient, targeted recipient of the action. So jnanaya. Okay, so we can add that to the equation, jnanaya patati, and this is called sampradana karaka, sampradana vibhakti, which is chaturthi vibhakti. In fact, we don't say sampradana vibhakti, we say chaturthi vibhakti, and we say sampradana karaka. So that's why I put vibhakti number and the karaka title. So sampradana karakam chaturthi vibhakti. But only remember the identification of pratama as karta, dvitiya as karma, etc. What this is for the active voice. We will later see how a passive voice certain things readjust themselves. Okay, the vibhaktis have a slightly different role. There will be a karta, there will be a karma, but the vibhakti they take in another voice will be different. You will see that. But this is the active voice set what we are looking at. Okay, maybe I should have highlighted that. Oh, it's okay. Orally I am doing.
This is this is jnanaya is a singular. This one, na? If it is for
Jnanam, napumsaka shabda jnanam, and its chaturthi vibhakti ekvachana form is jnanaya. So jnanam means
is it possible to put jnanebhyah for multiple people?
Yeah, see, if the context fits it, you can. That's why there are dvivachana, bahuvachana available. If you identify as several distinct knowledges, well, just as in English you can say knowledges, and in some contexts you cannot say it always. Usually it is used in singular as a collective whole knowledge, but in certain contexts you can say knowledges. Okay.
Okay.
You sometimes when we say a sentence, he obtained different knowledge. See, we generally pluralize at that time, different knowledges, like that. Yeah. Some places we don't do that. Some places we retain singular. Some places we kind of do that. Yeah. So yeah, if there are different types of jnana he is getting, you can pluralize it also.
But the same thing can be put here only without disturbing other parts.
Yeah.
Right?
Except
Jnana,
instead of I have not indicated the vachana here. If you see, nowhere I have indicated vachana, but I am using eka vachana to simplify the sentence everywhere. Okay.
Yeah.
Start with one and then think of complicating it with vachana variations. Okay. So I'm staying in the first column. Vachana, ekavachana column. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Jnanaya. So Ramaya Ramabhyam Ramebhyah. Jnanaya Jnanabhyam Jnanebhyah. So the plural will be Jnanebhyah. Okay. Yeah. Next, that is Sampradana. Okay. So that is being presented with the fruit of the action or the something like that. So Jnanaya Patati. Pustakam or Patham Patati. Okay. Next, what else can we ask? We can ask Kasmat Patati. From where he is reading, or Kutaha is an alternate question. From where? Both mean the same. This is the Vibhakti Pratyaya version. This is a different kind, Tasil Pratyaya we call it, with the Tasil Pratyaya, the same Ka Shabda, Kim Shabda. Okay, Kim Shabda with Tasil is Kutaha, Kim Shabda with Panchami Vibhakti we call it, it's Kasmat, from where. Okay, why it's Panchami? Panchami is the source Vibhakti. Okay, Panchami is the source Vibhakti. So we call that as Apadana. Okay. Don't worry about the additional things that popped up here. We'll come to this purple thing here or pink thing. Apadana. So Sampradana, the receiver. Apadana, the giver. Okay. Rama is reading, but the giver of the Patha or the Jnana itself is Pustaka. Okay. The Patha is in a Pustaka. So Pustakat, from the book he reads. Okay, somebody reads. So the sentence can, additional sentence now can be Pustakat Patati. So Pustakat Patham Patati. Ramaha Pustakat Patham Patati. Ramaha Pustakat Chakshusha Grihe Jnanaya Patham Patati. Like that. Okay. So the sentence is now Ramaha Jnanaya Grihe Chakshusha Pustakat Patham Patati. Okay, see, more or less I have kept the object close to say Patham Patati, because it's a good place to put that. So there is something called normal Gadya sentence order. Though now, because each of them have a unique suffix and we don't have to confuse however we put them. For example, I can put this sentence as Patati Grihe Jnanaya Chakshusha Rama Pustakat Patham. So in a shloka maybe that fits a meter. Okay, but to use that kind of order in a non-shloka sense will unnecessarily strain us. It is not joy. The joy comes in shloka because that kind of displacement fits a meter, we do it. We don't need to do it unnecessarily in a normal sentence. There are certain things, for example, if we need to accent a Visheshana, we put it after the Visheshya. There are certain techniques we do. But normally there is a standard order. So this is more or less the standard order. Standard order will be Karta, Karma, Kriya. Okay, so primary is Karta is in the beginning, Karma is next, and Kriya. Then we can place the other Vibhakti stuff in a proper order depending on the accent we want to bring. So if you put Pustakat two way ahead, see, Pustakat has a closer relationship to Patha because the Patha is from the Pustaka. So better to, there is two forces applying on the Pustaka Shabda. One force is the Karakatva to the Patati Kriya. Another force is that the Pata belongs in the Pustaka. Okay, there is a sambandha between them. So that's why we are affinitating or whatever is the English word. We are bringing in close proximity the Pustaka with Pata from the book, the lesson. Okay, like you can say otherwise, Rama from the book and say everything else and then say Patam Patati. But from the book over there, all the in the beginning is a little lame type of ordering. Okay, so we have certain affinity in certain places. Okay, few things else can shift around. So Grihe Chakshusha, again Chakshusha with the Karana Karaktva. Belongs a little closer to Patana. Location can move around a bit. You can even put it before Grihe Ramaha Jnanaya Chaksha. Why we would put Grihe in the beginning? Because we want to accent the Griha, saying at home he is reading, look that boy, not in only in school because Guru is saying, like that. Grihe Patati, like that. So Grihe comes in the beginning as an accent. That thing you can do. Okay, that doesn't change the overall meaning in any big way, but it does actually give certain accent which is also important in Sambhashana. For overall purpose, it doesn't change anything. But for the sambhashana, the accenting of the griha or jnana, you use tones and positions. Tone is very important, of course. Position also plays a role. I hope I am making sense there. Okay. So Sanskrit.
From the table point of view, this is pustakat means pustakadinda panchami, right?
It's panchami vibhakti. That's why
So
number
if we
5
say
is
break
assigned.
this on to Ramaha Jnanaya Grihe Chakshusha Pustakat Patam Patati. There are in the table Pustakat is Panchami. Like that, for every word, it is having in the table different.
So that is the number I have shown. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 7,
Correct.
4, 5.
Yes,
If you
yes,
see, they
yes.
didn't come in the normal sequence order. It came in the vibhakti order. Okay. Basically, the order in which we build the sentence, but the vibhakti number is indicated.
Yeah. So when we put those words, we should remember immediately that vibhakti, right? Then we are
Correct.
converting that particular word to the vibhakti and then
Correct.
making sentence.
Correct. So when I read this sentence in my brain, unconsciously I immediately know this is the target of certain giving. This is the source of the whatever was given. The given what was given here was the lesson, or you can say the the target in this jnana is the target in the sense eventually it sets knowledge in his head. That sense. Okay.
Yeah. See, the thing is for us, we know jnana, we know pustaka, but making into vibhakti, that
Yes.
our computer inside is not working.
Yes, no, it will work, because that's why I am beginning with, I am showing the nuts and bolts of this.
Correct.
Right? So there are two ways. As a child, we need to start and do 1000 sentences a day, and in 1 month we will learn the language. Okay?
Yes.
We don't have that luxury. So we are going little bit technical because we are all adults. You are not going to be patient to do 1000 sentences in a day as a conversation sitting for hours. Only a mother can do that with a child.
The other day you are mentioning no need to by heart the table. Without that, this can be
Yes.
done. I'm just
Actually,
trying
by
to figure
hearting, unfortunately, as adults, we are forced into that path because we have not internalized that in childhood. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, by hearting is the wrong way. So, for example, many people speak excellent Kannada, but if you ask them what is the vibhakti of word, they will say pe pe pe. What are you asking?
Yes.
Okay, that is because they have not learnt it technically, but they know the language brilliantly. Their brain knows, they don't know. You know the funny thing, their brain knows the grammar, but they don't have access to that knowledge.
That's right.
Because that has not been classified and explained to them. Okay, some of them will figure out by using their thinking power. But they won't know that the world calls that Shashti Vibhakti, nothing they will know. Okay?
The moment you say Shashti, we completely lose.
Lose it. That is because, unfortunately, because we have learnt it as a child and we have nothing called Shashti Vibhakti in our head. We know, oh, that is the guy who possesses the thing. We don't have a name for it at all.
Yes.
Right? So, if you are taught, oh, that is the name, that's why it is sitting there. Later on, it should not be taught at nursery level up to, it's something at 7th standard, something you have to explain to them again, what all you learnt as grammar.
So,
then they will appreciate what they learnt as mother tongue from their mothers, how it sits in the Shastra.
So, when you teach us here, we should remember the way what you taught. Ramaha, Jnana it comes immediately, Jnanaya, then it comes Grihe, Chakshusha, then Pustakat. See, Patam Patati.
Now, what is all happening? So, for Rama, is it a Pullinga Shabda? What is the Antakriya? Oh, it is a Akaranta Pullinga. So, it has to, in Pratama Ekavachana, it has to be Ramaha. Immediately in my brain, Rama, Ramo, Ramaha, Ramam, Ramo, Raman, all that, I can say any one of them quickly. Okay?
Yes.
And I should not only have sequential access, I should have random access to its form.
Correct.
When we memorize, we do sequential memorization. But that kind of memorization, you have to do so well that if somebody asks what is the Saptami Bahuvachana, Patak you will say. Ramanam, like that. Okay? That is when you have complete random access knowledge. Just like, for example, you learn your multiplication tables in a certain raga as a sequence. 1 1 1 like that. But 7 7 49. Bug it should come. That random access capability should come here. But more because we don't have innate ability in the brain to bring it out as we think of the sentence. Okay? more because we are coming from table access. We are, as adults, we are forced to do that. Okay, so we are little unnatural in speaking these sentences. But after you do 2-3 years of effort, the tables and all disappear. It becomes mother tongue. Mother tongue
Correct.
means it becomes innate.
Right.
Yeah. So for me, it is still partially mother, partially
So you are
not.
trying to teach us cycling, and you do cycling. Later on, you try to understand what is center of gravity, what is the wheel.
Yes.
effort
See, this
and all
whatever
those things.
we'll have shown, it is true for all in fact, it's true for all languages of the world. What is different in any language in the world, right? They are all Kriya Pradhanas. But what you have to clap is our ancient Vyakaranis, they got this all titled, classified, set up in a perfect manner, so that there is no faultiness in one's speech to another's ability to listen, right? And there is certain standardization. Why this standardization was great? Whole of India communicated. You could even communicate with your enemies, even if they were from a different region, right? Because they communicated using this common language. Okay, so that meant that they didn't have to fight for everything. They could speak their way out of situation, or be knowledgeable in their interactions. Like I told, a kingdom would share all its books with the neighboring kingdom. The sharing of such treasure was more important than sending money, things like that.
Correct. One more question here is, in Sanskrit, when you come immediately, we say vibhakti, pratyaya, blah, 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 all these things. Table. While talking. But when we talk about other languages, Kannada and all, we don't go to that level.
We do because none of us, see, Varya, you didn't go into Kannada, MA, BA, etc. If you did that, they will, unfortunately, at a very late time, they tabulize for you and teach you as a classical grammar. For example, I have some Kannada grammar books. They are literally copycats of what Sanskrit has organized and done long back. That's all. Just but identifying the same syntax semantic within Kannada domain. So Rama, Ibbaru, Ramaru, Ramarugalu, like this, you can make a table. We have never learnt it like that.
Correct. Okay, let me try to understand the way what you teach, because I am used to that old school of thought.
No, because I mean, that's what in the Dashadini Shibira, which we did over a few months for you guys, I didn't bring all this there. Though here and there I would tell you a little bit, but mostly we spoke, we saw lots of sentences, and so we tried to do the nursery, mother-child type of thing there more. Okay?
Yeah.
Though it was not entirely mother-child. I mean, actually, Samskrita Bharati experts, if they were sitting in the back, they would frown at me. You are not teaching in our Paddhati like that. Yeah. Okay. So, Suchana, Kimasti. So, this same thing I have put in English, in Butler. See, this is why I like Butler English, I call this. For example, this is actually Sanskrit order. Rama, for the sake of knowledge, see the Jnanaya, what it explodes to. For the sake of knowledge, at home, with his eyes, from the book, the lesson reads. See, English unfortunately doesn't have this vibhakti technique. It is having these loose interjects, conjuncts and other upapadas that go with the noun. So the nouns are Rama, knowledge, home, eye, book, lesson, read. Okay, but you see how many paraphernalia we need to complete the sentence. Do you see the weakness of the language? So no paraphernalia in Samskritam. Paraphernalia is part of the Prakriti. Prakriti pratyaya, Prakriti pratyaya, Prakriti pratyaya, Prakriti pratyaya, Prakriti pratyaya, Prakriti pratyaya, Prakriti pratyaya. Where it is not there, Prakriti pratyaya. Rama plus tip. Jnana plus the Panchami Ekavachana, whatever is the form. Griha plus Saptami Ekavachana suffix. Chakshu plus Tritiya Ekavachana suffix. Pustaka plus Panchami Ekavachana suffix. Patha with Dvitiya Ekavachana suffix. Path with Latlakara Prathama Purusha Ekavachana suffix. Pat. So all these are nouns, so they have the Vibhakti table suffixes. This is a Kriya, so it has the Kriyapada table suffix. So this is tinganta. These are all subantas. You see how beautifully Sanskrit grammar partitioned. Subantas, tingantas. Tinganta, the active verb. Subantas, the nouns. So unfortunately, in Butler English, what we have to do, we have to bring the whole upa phrase for the sake of, which is simply aya. How short it is in Samskritam. Aya, finish. Okay, knowledge is jnana. At home, at is saptami, ekara, that is there. Okay, with his eyes, with is sha, chakshu is eye. Okay, pustakat is from the, pustaka is book. Patham, is the lesson as an object. Lesson is patha. Then pathati, again pat dhatu only is used for the action of reading, because the name pata has been derived from pat dhatu. Patati, something, somebody reads. Patham, that which is read. How beautiful, because it is having patha sense in there also, that which is read. So how do we name a lesson? That which is read. Okay, simple, something that teaches, right? So that's all. So सूचना विभक्तयः कारकस्य द्योतकाः भवन्ति. The vibhakti pratyayas, they are the lighters, they illuminate the karakatva, the relationship of the noun with the verb, which is karakatva. What is karaka? Is from kru dhatu, which is to do. So karakam means that which does something to the verb. Okay, so that's what it brings, that instrumentality in the verb is brought out by that noun, like that. Okay, so this patati has an instrumentality requirement, it has a doer requirement, it has an object requirement, it has a location requirement, it has a purpose requirement, it has a source requirement. All these karakas satisfy those requirements with the specific nouns satisfying them. Patha satisfying the karma karakatva, chakshu satisfying the karana karakatva, griha satisfying the adhikarana karakatva, jnana satisfying the sampradana karakatva, pustaka satisfying the apadana karakatva, rama satisfying the kartru karakatva. Okay, am I making sense now? Okay, so kartari karmanyoho madhye bhedaah syuh. This is the alert. I told this whole circle is an active voice circle, the way it is arranged. In karmani, there will be a different type of coloration required. Okay, different type of pratyayas required to bring the karmani. Even the kriya pada changes its form to show the passive voice, passivity. Okay, but it's not now, later we will see. Okay, if I have not already created slides for that, I will remember to create a karmani equivalent of this sheet sometime. Okay, this completes this slide. Any questions? Okay.
No, this is very good.
Thank you. So now we move forward. Clauses in sentences. So we move up the value chain. So Vakya Chakra Vyuham, I have called it. Vyuha means whole arrangement, right? So Vakya Chakra Vyuham. Okay, again samasta padas. Vakya means sentence, chakra means wheel, vyuha means an arrangement. Arrangement of circles of sentences. Okay, now what is it we have? So let us bring that now. Okay, one simple sentence only I am bringing now, because we have seen. So harinaha, many deer. It's a plurality of deer. Okay, so then harinaha. Oh, okay. Okay, it's a singular. Sorry. So harinaha, it's a singular form, though it looks like plural. It's a singular form. It's harin shabda, something like that. Something is there. Okay, harina shabda. Sorry, harina shabda. Harinaha, harinau, harinaha. Like that it goes, I think. Okay. So harinaha gacchati. The primary pradhana here is karta and kriya. No? So the pradhana kriya is this gacchati. So harinaha gacchati, the deer goes. That's all is the sentence. Okay, now we don't have a simple vakya chakra. We have to tell in order to drink water, having gone to the pond, having seen a lion, with fear it goes away, it goes far. This is what we want to say. So how do we do that? So there are clauses available and there are mechanisms in this language, like all languages have. This language has powerful mechanisms. So this, for example, the pa dhatu, which is the act of drinking, has taken a noun form here. Prap, ap dhatu actually. Prap is a upasarga. To beget, ap, to beget. Okay. Don't confuse the Hindi ap with this Sanskrit ap. Okay. This is ap dhatu, which is to beget. So to get to the sarovara, like that. Then drish dhatu, which is to see, that is there here. Okay, gam dhatu, which is to go, is here. So the dhatus are playing role. This is the pradhana kriya, so it is a tinganta there. Gacchati, it goes. Karta is harinaha gacchati. So now we can put the clause wheel. So like this is, basically patum feeds prapya and drishtva, in turn they kind of feed the power of the gacchati. You can look at it the other way, you can look at it this way, doesn't matter. So harinaha jalam patum. Patum is called a tumunanta, it's a kridanta. You remember we had shown the flow chart. We take the dhatu to a kridanta form to make it a clausal kriya. Okay, it is a noun now, but its action part is not dead, it is still dominating there, but it is in the noun form. Okay, so to drink, in order to drink, is the sense of tumun. Okay, so one simple tumunanta, pa dhatu with tumunanta, patum, means to drink. So kudiyalu, in Kannada we say kudiyalu, like that. Okay, pine ke liye. So pine ke liye is patum. Okay, क्या पीने के लिए? जलम पातुम. जलम कर्मpada asti, but this jalam is not a karmapada of the gam kriya, it is a karmapada of the pa kriya. Okay, the action of drinking. So immediately we recognize this kriya is dictating its own karakatva relationship with some other nouns. So this jala is a karma for this pa dhatu here as part of the patum noun. So similarly, for example, prapya, having gotten, having reached, having obtained, that sense is there. Pra is a vector, okay, for ap dhatu, and ya is a lyabanta, we call it. So this again, this lyabanta form also is a in order to sense. But why we use lyabanta here, not tumunanta, is because there is a pra upasarga. Sanskrit has a different type of krit pratyaya called lyap to be applied for dhatu with upasargas, and another type called tumun for dhatu which are pure, which don't have a upasarga before them. So okay, so but this is okay, sorry, tavyat and I mean this slightly tum is the different meaning, in order to sense, and this is having sense. This lyabanta is for a having sense. Okay, but tvanta is the alternate without the upasarga. So if I delete the pra upasarga, aptva I have to write. If I include the pra upasarga, I have to write prapya. I cannot write praptva. Sometimes our mouth brings out praptva because aptva we know, like that. But we should remember, we should not use tvanta anymore, we should do labanta. Okay, so I'm just giving a little more insight there, but not needed maybe, but it's okay. So now this guy has its own karma. What? Having reached or gotten what? Sarovara. So sarovara is the karma pada for this action of the up, to get. So and then to reach, to get, to make it one's own, that sense. Okay, simham drishtva. So drishtva is tvanta. You see, lyabanta here tvanta, because drish dhatu is standing pure, it uses tvanta. So drishtva, having seen. Okay, what drishtva? Simham drishtva. So this is the karma pada for the drish dhatu here. So not that we have lot of subordinate nouns with that particular kriya vachaka noun. So we call patum, prapya, drishtva, these are all as kriya vachaka kridantani. Okay, kriya vachaka kridantani padani atva kridantaha, just like that. Okay, so jalam is the karma for that kriya vachaka, whereas this we call it kriya itself. So we call this as kriya vachakas. They are speaking the kriya, but they are nouns, but this is the noun itself. Okay, and here few more things are there, later we will see. This patum is called a avyaya, prapya is called an avyaya, drishtva is called an avyaya. So the tvanta, tumunanta, lyabanta, which three of them we see in here? Tumunanta, Lyabanta, Twanta. These three, what titles I am using is Paninian titles for them. So those three are actually generating avyayas in a particular meaning for that dhatu. So Tumunanta is giving the meaning in order to act on something, in order to do the action. Prapya is having the meaning having done certain action. Drishtva is also having done certain action. The difference here is with upasarga, without. So two different pratyayas. And all of them dictate their own, not just karma pada, they can have other. Okay? They can have other associated nouns also as needed to explain more and more things. Is there any confusion with this? Okay. No. So this Harinaha is a common karta for each of these circle, because the deer is the common subject for drinking, for obtaining the sarovara, for seeing the simha, and for going. Okay. So Harinaha is a common noun encircling all karta for all of them in sequence. Bhagini, you had a question.
No, sir. I just said it's fine. Yes, sir.
Okay. So maybe I didn't explain the last one itself. Bhitya duram gacchati. So far it goes with fear, like that. All right. Now we should visualize them as these explosions that I so much orally I blabbered. It may have confused you. This I am showing here. See, this Harinaha is Pratama Ekavachana karta is there everywhere. Okay, it is ghosting itself in each of the subwheels. So Patum, Kriya Vachakam, Upakriya we can call it. It's a subordinate action. Upakriya, Kriya Vachakam, but it's a avyaya noun. Okay, see, this is also avyaya noun, this is also avyaya noun, but they are sub hubs. You can see they are the hubs of the subordinate gears. Okay. It's not like this feeds that, this feeds that, but there is a certain sequence. You see, the intent is said first, then the reaching of the sarovara is said next, then the seeing of the lion is mentioned, then what it does last is mentioned. So the order in the sentence is dictating a certain temporal sequence of how it emerged. Okay, so we have to better say for what reason it went to sarovara in the lead. So jalam patum sarovaram prapya, like so Harinaha jalam patum sarovaram gacchati, if you wanted to stop there. So you can want to extend, or you can even say like this: Harinaha jalam patum ichchati, Harinaha jalam patum sarovaram gacchati, Harinaha jalam patum sarovaram prapya duradrishtavashat simham api drishtva simham pashyati. If you wanted to finish there, simham pashyati, but if you want to continue, simham drishtva duram gacchati. Kimartham? Bhitya, due to fear, with fear, like that. Okay, so Harinaha patum, jalam patum, you can say ichchati as a placeholder until we get to gacchati. You can say again, next is Harinaha sarovaram prapnoti, or if you want to continue, prapya blah 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 kimapi karoti. Punaha Harinaha simham pashyati. That if you want to continue, drishtva. This drish dhatu has pash drish, two forms depending on the type of declension it takes, conjugation it takes, and all that. Okay, then finally the pradhana is Harinaha bhitya duram gacchati. So simham drishtva bhitya duram gacchati. Sarovaram prapya simham drishtva bhitya duram gacchati. Jalam patum sarovaram prapya simham drishtva bhitya duram gacchati. Harinaha is there in the beginning for covering all of them. Okay. So do you see this? Do you understand what's happening? Are you able to recognize these upavakyas? Too much silence in this class.
Yes, sir.
And only few people are, few seniors are coming in with some comments, questions, so that are you guys learning, or is it like overwhelming? Say something.
Sir, we are learning, sir.
No, Annara, I have no doubt. You are also great senior.
I think I think the younger people.
Younger people, I don't know what. I mean, I thought this Z generation were very talkative. I am getting other opinion here now in this classroom. Where are all the Rishabs, Mrunals and all quietly sitting?
Face to face, they are very good.
Even Trump is very quiet these days.
Sarthak, Samarth. Where are they all?
Sir, we are here only.
No, you're here. Only when you ask questions, I will know you're here, boss.
So we are here. It's a little difficult to catch up, but yeah, we are trying.
Oh, okay. Then you should ask Mrinalji, what is confusing you here, please?
No, in
I
modern
know
terminology,
just the terms now. I forget those terms, and then I have to
That's
remember
okay. I will be giving you this so you can look at the titles. But you got the forgetting that you are going to forget the terms. You got the sense of what is explained?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, don't worry about remembering the terms and all that. They are mundane. Whether you got the summary of what is being taught here as sentence level grammar is what you have to appreciate. That's all.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
sir, can I say something?
Please, sir, please.
No, just for others, the karakas are called as dependency tags in the modern linguistics.
Okay.
Universal dependency tag, if you search, the same concepts are mapped to the modern NLP concepts. They call it as universal dependency tags, UD tags.
Okay.
So they name it in a different way. But no, for the modern NLP applications, they call it as NLP.
Very good. Actually, Anurag, since you play in both this NLP world and in this old SamskritVyakaranam terms, it will be nice to create a mapping dictionary.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, one book is there. I'll share in the group.
Please.
Yeah. I'll update that. I'll update that book in the description.
Super. Thank you, sir. That's very useful.
Yeah.
So you can say our Vyakaranis were great NLP masters.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Mahodaya, one clarification. Here, Jalam, Sarovaram, Simham, Karma is there. Duram also Karma only.
It is a karma. It is in the sense for the Gamana Kriya, Kutra Gacchati, Duram Gacchati. Instead of Gramam Gacchati, Griham Gacchati, Duram Gacchati. To the far point it goes like that. If you want to show it as karma, to the far point it goes. Of course, in English we say it goes far away. So, but it is the same as saying to the farthest point away like that. Okay. And the instrumentality of that going far is bhiti, little bit. Bhitya. Okay, I guess you guys have mostly got it or didn't get it at all. I'll accept either state and move forward. Okay.
Maybe easiest to once before you close, we can go one small round with everyone, giving their feedback whether they would like to learn a little more or.
That's what I paused here. That's why I called out a few names, asking them to say something. So yeah, I just want. I mean, if you are not getting it, also I want to know, because then I need to probably teach a little bit more detailed or differently. I will try. Okay.
Yeah. So idea is we should go together, all of us.
Yeah.
For us it is tough to learn. We may ask a little more questions.
Correct.
For younger generation it is much easier because of their mind is able to store easily.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I have made it look like a nursery class slide. I understand some of you may be put off by that, but I look at it as teaching nursery children only. That's why I put the slides like nursery class. So I should be, not trying to deliberately make it look like a stale dosa. I want to make it look like a tasty lunch. That's all.
The visuals are really good, very good. You have put so much effort.
Yes, sir. Even I agree. Visuals are really good. A lot of effort, sir, in making this slide, particularly this slide. I'm wondering how much time you might have spent.
That's okay. I mean, when I do these things, things become teachable for me, because with the aid of these things, visual things, you can teach well. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So, Harinaha Duram Harinaha Gacchati. How do I build this tree now? Let us try. Harinaha gacchati. I just start with Hari and Harinah and gacchati. Harinah duram gacchati. Harinah bhitya duram gacchati. Harinah simham drishtva bhitya duram gacchati. Harinah sarovaram prapya simham drishtva bhitya duram gacchati. Harinah jalam patum sarovaram prapya simham drishtva bhitya duram gacchati. In some such order you can build the sentence. Sometimes when we build them, you cannot kind of split this, you can put down together as one phrase over there. So for example, the question here will be kim drishtva. Question here will be kam prapya or kim prapya, and here will be kim patum, like that. So jalam patum sarovaram prapya simham drishtva bhitya duram gacchati, like that. I have not shown that question and answer breakdown for this, but I just orally explained it. In a similar fashion as how we did the sentence stack, you can do that for this larger complex wheel also. Okay. So let us see some twinning sentence. Next grammar point we need to learn. Where are we on time? It's a good time to take a water break. Okay. So please take a nice water break now, and let's gather back at 11:05. Take a 4 to 5 minute break and then come back, please.
Recording in progress.
Okay, namaskarbhya punaha swagatam. So atra I wanted to say one more thing before we move on. The question that may come is, I have only karma pada for this upakriyas like jalam patum sarovaram prapya. Can there can be others also? For example, let us take sarovaram prapya. So dure sarovaram dure stitam sarovaram prapya, getting the pond that is staying afar, something like that. You can build a contextual build on top of that. Okay, kruram simham drishtva. Okay, like that you can say. Athva prishtatah simham drishtva. Prishtatah simham drishtva, in front having seen a lion. These kind of things, there can be more explanation required beyond just having seen a lion. So this drishdhatu, okay, it is not just having only one karma pada or anything like that. It has potentially more and more relationship, karakatva relationship with other nouns also as required. Just by force trying to bring them is useless, but as needed in the context, it more and more can be brought. Okay, shuddham jalam patum, like that. So what I am bringing, this shuddham is a visheshana to jala. Okay, stitam sarovaram, dure is a saptami relation. Okay, dure stitam sarovaram prapya, like that. Okay, kruram is a visheshana to simha. Okay, or prishtatah or prishtabhage is a saptami, is a locative type of relationship in the sense. Okay, in the for the kriya, darshana kriya, like this we can bring more. Okay, please remember, this is, I have kept it simple because otherwise this slide will not be able to fit on useful visible thing. Okay, yeah. Twinning sentences. So another thing we will go into now. Okay, another type of this one is one karta doing different action in a certain sequence, in a related type of sequence, and running away finally. So but here you will see a different type of thing. For example, you see this yada tada is a twinning type of sentence. So yada Ramah nagarat vasaya vanam gacchati tada ayodhyayam shokah vardhate. What is different in this long sentence with respect to the previous one? In the earlier one, okay, there was only one kriyapada, this gacchati, the red one here. That is the only kriyapada. I should have colored it red there maybe, but I wanted to keep it consistent there. Anyway, to go with this wheel color. So this gacchati is the pradhana kriya, and it is the only tinganta. You remember the Vyakarana statement, ekating vakyam. So this is one vakya. There is no doubt there is only one vakya here. Okay, but still it has got sub wheels as this kridantas playing a role. Patum prapya drishtva. This the avyaya kridantas playing a role to enhance the power of the sentence. Okay, as subservient kriya vachakas. Okay, patum kriyavachaka, prapya kriyavachaka, drishtva kriyavachaka, etc. We can call them upakriya also, subordinate action. But they are in a kind, not personified, they are nounified. I don't know what is the term to use in English. Nounified. They are nouns, and these are avyaya type nouns. They don't have declension. Okay, the entire meaning is embedded there. In order to drink is embedded. In order to obtain. In order to see. This kind of thing is embedded. And this is not like, for example, just this is apya is the original sense. You can add pra, you can add, for example, samprapya. I can make it samprapya, properly having begotten that, like that. Okay, you can add more. Similarly, here also potentially, if you need, you can add more upasargas. So there is a whole family of such avyayas possible with different upasargas and all that, and different dhatus, of course. So 2000 odd dhatus can form the tumanantas. In addition, 22 upasargas, if it makes sense to use 1 or 2 or 3 of them in combination, they can also enter the equation. But that's a whole family of the tumanantas of that dhatu. Okay, all right. So now we come to this sentence. There is a fundamental difference between this sentence and the previous one. This is actually twinning sentences. There are two sentences here because gacchati is a tinganta, vardhate is another tinganta. Okay, moment there are two tingantas, moment there are two active kriyapadas, there are two active sentences. Okay, so this is not like subordinate wheel, etc. They are paired wheels. So each is it's a power source. Okay, vardhate is the power source for this wheel and gacchasi is the power source for that wheel, but there is a twinning with respect to them. There is some twinning relationship, and the twinning relationship between them is brought together with these kind of words. Sometimes it can be just a cha, sometimes it can be just and. Like in English we say Rama runs and kicks the ball. Okay, so Rama runs and kicks the ball, but there is no what you call having run he kicks the ball sense. There is no subordinate relation. So Rama runs is a dominant sentence, Rama kicks the ball is a dominant sentence, and we just chose to put them in that order and with an and relationship. So here this is a different type of word bringing that relationships. Yada Ramah nagarat vasaya vanam gacchati. You see its power, its every form. Ramah gacchati, Ramah vanam gacchati, Ramah vasaya vanam gacchati, Ramah nagarat vasaya vanam gacchati. Rama goes to the forest, Rama to leave goes to the forest, Rama from the town to leave goes to the forest. That is the stack there. Okay, similarly here Rama is still the common karta. I don't need to mention Rama's tada. Okay, no, actually Rama is not the karta. You see here, this is good, actually good example that way. Here the karta is actually Shoka itself. Okay, Shoka itself is the karta. So in Ayodhya the sorrow increases. Okay, if you want to say whose sorrow, you can bring them as a Shashti pada. Ayodhyayam jananam shokah vardate. So of the people the sadness increases. Sadness is the karta here, interestingly, because that is the one growing. Sadness is growing. Whose sadness? The people's sadness. Where? In Ayodhya. Saptami. Ayodhya, Ayodhyayam. Strilinga pada Ayodhya. So Ayodhyayam shokah vardate. Now what is yada tada bringing to the equation? It brings the temporal relationship between the two. When Rama goes to the forest for living, at that time in Ayodhya the sadness increases, like that. Okay, so this is a different, understand, this is fundamentally different from the previous complex sentence. This is a twinning sentence. Potentially you can do more also. With and you can do more tingantas. So there is a time relationship.
Twist this one, right? Varya? We can also twist further. The second sentence we can make it first and first into second. When Shoka is the Shoka is high because
that's correct. That's correct. Intent is to say Ayodhyayam shokah vardate kimartam yataha Ramah nagarat vasaya vanam gatavan. Something like that. Gacchati.
And yada tada is the connection here.
Yada tada is the connector. That's why I put it in black. Okay. So yada blah 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 bhavati, tada blah 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 bhavati.
Ayodhyayam shokasya karanah
Ramasya nirgamanam.
Correct.
Very good. Very good. So there are many techniques. Just like you asked now, see, yada tada is one type of technique. Another is, for example, you want to say, you want to put this and then put the reason. Yeah. So you can also put, but you cannot use yada tada, because yada ayodhyayam shoka vartate tada Rama gacchati. That is not the reason. Their shoka is not the reason for Rama to go. His going is the reason for Rama to have, his going is the reason for people to have shoka. So not always, you should, like Mahodaya said, so you should use yataha as a intermediate join, like Ayodhyayam shokaha vardate yataha, because, like that. Okay. Ramaha nagarat vasaya vanam gacchati.
Yataha suryodayam bhavati tada.
No. Yataha and tada don't combine.
It will not come. Okay. Yada tada.
Yataha suryaha udeti ataha pratah kalaha bhavati. Something like that. Some day mundane stuff. That, but still, it's a legal, semantic and syntactically legal sentence. Okay, yataha ataha is the pairing. You don't need ataha also. You can put yataha, or you can put ataha only also. Tada, yada have their own lives. Okay. All right. So now, how do I look at it in all this structure? So yada tada I look at as a primary conjoiner for a temporal relation between the two, and of course Rama is the karta here, and shoka is the karta over there. See, pratama karta jnananam jananam shoka. I just explained here who's shoka. If you want to add jananam, shoka can be brought in as jana, can be brought in as a sambandha karaka. We'll see that later. I am going to teach that also. So vardate is one primary wheel, gacchati is the hub of another primary wheel. So Ramaha nagarat vasaya vanam gacchati is one sentence, and yada is a linker of that as the causal act. Causal act is the yada part. The effect act is the tada part. So tada shokaha ayodhyayam shokaha vardate. Both are kriyas. Gacchati is kriya, vardate is kriya, and yada tada is a implementation tool. Two nouns available to us, and these are avyayas. Okay. So what are the other things like that available? Just like Mahodaya tried now, right? See, that kind of trying is important. What Bhatji is doing is trying. He knows he will falter. That doesn't matter. He is trying is important. Yada tada, yatra tatra, yaha saha, ya sa, yat tat, yena tena, yaya taya, yasmai tasmai, yasyai tasya. You can go to other vibhaktis also. Okay, just showed a sampling of what is all possible. For example, yataha ataha. We tried that with Mahodaya's question. So like that we can go. Whole lot of these variants are possible. What is the difference? Yada tada is when, then. Yatra tatra is wherever, therever. Yaha saha is whomsoever, that person. Ya sa is whichever lady, that lady. Yat tat is whichever object, that object. Napumsaka. Yena tena is with whatever, with that same thing. Yaya taya is strilinga version of that. Okay. Yasmai is for whose sake, for that person's sake. So yasmai aham pustakam datum ichchami tasmai pustakam na rochate. For whomsoever I wish to give a book, to him the pustaka is not liked, like that. Okay. It could be a relationship for those two. Ichchami is the pratama part's kriya pada, rochate is the second part's kriya pada. Okay. Ruch dhatu means the desire, ruchi comes from that. Okay. Alright, so this is a beautiful artist's creation of the shoka of the Ayodhya Vasis at the time Rama is going away, beautifully painted by the artists. Don't we love the Puranas and the Kathas? They encourage our artists to come with beautiful paintings. So yeah, one of the citizen is even trying to restrict the horse and all the very colorful boys are running. I love art. If we don't have the stories, what can we paint? Okay. Any question with this slide? Do you know the quality difference between this and the previous now?
Yes.
Okay. So another one. We have to learn more, right? So Vakya Chakra Vyuham Tritiyam. So let us see. So now you see slightly different type of twinning. Okay. Ramaha Sitam Vanam Nayati Apicha Upasthapayati. The bracket one you forget for now. Okay. Ramaha Sitam Vanam Nayati Apicha Upasthapayati. Rama takes Sita. Takes is Nayati. Rama takes Sita to the forest. Okay, that's the English grammar. Apicha, and also Upasthapayati, establishes her is implicit there. Okay, Nayati Upasthapayati. Upa is an upasarga there. Stha dhatu, and there is a karmani, nijanta sense. That means he is not himself establishing, he is establishing her. So he makes her establish. So there is a nich, technical a little bit, but take it. And then the kartari tinganta. Okay, how much is there, you see? How Sanskrit is a vyutpatti shastra. It is a word generator. Upa means why Upa? Because he is just not putting her there. All the paraphernalia of creating a kutira, etc., bringing stuff needed for her to make a proper home out of it, everything is involved. That's why Upa has been used. Okay, Upa is in the sense of sub establishes, like that. Why the sub? In the sense of whatever paraphernalia required also is readied, is the sense of that Upa bringing in. Stha dhatu is the establishes part of the dhatu. And then payati, not sthapati. Sthapayati, maybe this is a swartha nich also, and maybe there is a parartha nich, in the sense making someone else established. Maybe in the swartha sense also this dhatu may take sthapayati only. I need to check the tables for that. So swam sthapayati, tamapi upasthapayati, like that. Upa may be in the sense of establishing himself and her sense. Okay, now what is happening here? The second part after the apicha only has the kriya pada. How can there be only kriya pada with nothing else? Because we have inferred nouns there, and also those inferred nouns take their own vibhaktis as needed. That's also another important thing. For example, Rama takes the saha type of sense in the upasthapayati. He establishes her. He participates as a sarvanama kind of thing there. He establishes her. Sita participates again as a sarvanama tam, Sitam only, but tam form. Her establishes her. And vanam, we don't need to again say vane, you don't need to say at the forest. You can just say tatra, because vana has already come into the equation as an object of the action of taking. Now it can come as a location with just tatra reference. You don't need it, but if we want to explore in our inside brain, this is what is happening. Saha tam tatra upasthapayati is happening in our brain. He, her as an object, over there he establishes her, like that. Okay, so now, so Vana is dictating the tatra, Sita is dictating the tam, Rama is dictating a saha inferencing. Okay, so this is called adhyaharana in Samskrita. Sentence understanding, we call this adhyaharana. Sometimes we have to do adhyaharana of the kriya itself, and many times we have to do adhyaharana of the karta, karma, location as needed. Okay. So,
but yeah, if you miss one or two also, still it can give the meaning, right?
Yeah. In fact, sahatam tatra is not needed. Sahatam tatra is not needed. That's why it's in bracket. See, Kannada, how will you say? Ramanu Sitayannu aranyakke karedoidanu mattu ಕೂರಿಸಿದನು. ಕೂರಿಸಿದನು is a horrible Kannada. Alli is not needed.
Not needed.
Not needed. Alli is tatra. Avalannu is tam, not needed. Saha, avanu, not needed. सो हिंदी में सब अदर कन्नड़ा नहीं जानते, मैं हिंदी में भी प्रयत्न करूंगा. राम ने सीता को वन लिया. इन हिंदी जस्ट से वन एज इफ इन टोन ओनली यू पुट द कर्मा. वन को मे बी लिया और बिठाया. राइट, बिठाया इज हॉरिबल हिंदी बट एनीवे बिठाया. ओके, बट इम्प्लिसिट इज उन्होंने उसको बिठाया, उधर बिठाया, उसको उधर, उसका और उसकी, आई डोंट नो हाउ टू से इन लिंगा इन हिंदी. सो उन्होंने उसको उधर बिठाया. उन्होंने उसको उधर इज नॉट नीडेड बट इट इज इम्प्लिसिट फ्रॉम रामः सीताम वनम. ठीक है, इज इट क्लियर? So this is the other type of twinning where actually we have two active kriyas, but there is no what you call karya karana bhava. For example, earlier this was having a karya karana bhava because Rama went, that for that reason the Nagaras cried, the Ayodhya people cried like that. But this is nothing like that. This is just a growth of further action he did after that act like that. So you can use simply this cha, you don't need api also, but we sometimes color it like this, api cha, and also, like in English also, why do you say and also? Just you can say also, or you can just say and, but there is a vacho yukti, there is a color and also like that. Same way that technique is born right in our ancient Samskritam itself. You can see this api cha type of double avyaya. Both mean pretty much the same with slightly different color, that's all. Mattu kuda, like that in Kannada, or in Hindi you may just end up with just one aur bhi, something like that, something you may enhance further. Aur hi, something like that. Okay, so now that also can be visualized as chakras, for example. So nayati is the pradhana kriya, and this is the some other additional color I am going to teach with this. Okay, so now Sitam is also in Dvitiya Vibhakti, Vanam is also in Dvitiya Vibhakti, but Vanam is the target of the taking, Sita is the object that is being taken. So how can both are in Dvitiya Vibhakti? So how does Sanskrit characterize them? So Sanskrit has dhatus that are called dvikarmaka dhatus. That means they actually take two types of karma. One is called pradhana karma and one is called gauna karma. One is called main karma, another is called subservient karma sense. Okay, so Sita is called pradhana karma. Okay, she is the object being taken. Okay, see, pradhana is written in bracket. So she is a pradhana karma. She is also in Dvitiya because she is a karma, but she is a pradhana karma. We identify that in the grammar, and gauna karma is the vana. Okay, the target location to where she is being taken is called gauna karma. Okay, and when this is in active voice here, Ramaha Sitam Vanam Nayati. But when we make this to passive, the gaunatva and the pradhanatva play an important role, which is what I have shown here. So I am not just teaching that sentence in wheels here, I am teaching the characteristics of this part of the sentence now. See here, Ramah Sitam Vanam Nayati, Dvitiya Vibhakti, but this is pradhana karma, gauna karma. If I change it to passive voice, which is Sita is taken by Rama to the forest, Sita goes to Pratama Vibhakti because she is pradhana karma. She becomes the karma that dictates the kriya. So Sita niyate, Sita is taken. Vana continues its karma position, Dvitiya Vibhakti, as a gauna karma. Vanam niyate. So Vanam didn't change its form in passive voice. Vanam here. Rama switched from Karta Pratama Ekavachana to Ramena Tritiya Ekavachana. By Rama. Just in English also we do the same. By Rama, Sita is taken to the forest. By Rama, Sita is taken to the forest. To the forest in both places. Okay, but Sita is now in object position. Sita is taken. Okay, Sita is the karta dictating the taken kriya. Is like that.
Varya, is it possible to say Sitam upastapayati, for example? Another way, Ramaha upastapayati.
Ramaha Stapayati has actually Tishtati will be used. If Rama stands, Ramaha tishtati. That sense will be used.
No, not that. I'm talking. Upastapayati is one kriya, right? Now Sitam upastapayati.
Correct.
Kim Ramaha.
Ramaha.
Can I use this way?
No. See here Nayati has dvikarmakatva. Sthapana has only single karma. Tam.
So Ramaha upastapayati is not the right one here.
Ramaha upastapayati is right, but you have mentioned only karta and the action of sthapana. That's all. Kam upastapayati or kim upastapayati you have not told. That is tam here.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Yes.
It's there. It is not explicitly mentioned by you. That's all. When you say Ramaha upastapayati, obvious question is what does he establish? Okay, Sita. Okay, like that. Okay. So anyway, this is different. I'm just sticking to the left half. Nayati, niyate. Okay, nayati is the kartari active voice form of the kriya. Niyate is the passive voice form of the kriya. See how beautifully the color changes. Nayati, niyate. So nayati takes, niyate is taken. Okay. So Rama in Prathama goes to Ramena Tritiya. Sita in Dvitiya goes to Sita in Prathama because she is Pradhana Karma. She in Karmani she has to dictate the Kriya. So she goes to Prathama Vibhakti. She is not a Karta. She is a Karma only. But she is in Prathama. That's why I said Prathama Vibhakti doesn't mean Karta always. Prathama Vibhakti can be Karta or Karma depending on what is the voice of the sentence. And Vanam is a Gauna Karma. So it is Karma in both places. So the Pradhana Karma and Gauna Karma switch to different Vibhaktis in Karmani, whereas in Kartari they carry Dvitiya Vibhakti together. And by context we know who is Pradhana, who is Gauna. Okay? Now the second part is linked to the second action is linked to the first with and also sense, and these are two avyayas. Avyaya is a dvivachana of avyayam, avyaye, avyayani, like that. Okay, apicha and also. So and then I can bring this in light colors as bracketed saha tam tatra to mentally complete the upasthapana. Upasthapayati dvitiya kriya. Okay, and this is not having any dvikarmaka, so only tam is the karma pada for that. Tatra is a location sarvanama type of thing for vanam. So this tatra is an avyaya, but it is in saptamyartha. Sometimes these avyayas, they have a, not always, like cha and all doesn't have any particular vibhakti artha, pi doesn't have any vibhakti artha, etc. Kritva, all those are pure avyayas. Okay, but there are some avyayas that actually sit in particular vibhaktis. Okay, tatra is one such avyaya. Tatra, by essence, what it means is over there, which means locative sense is there in it. Okay, so vane. If you didn't want to use tatra, what you would have used? You would have put vanam in saptami ekavachana. Vane upasthapayati. So that's why we call this saptamyartha, because it is a substitute for vane. Okay. That's about everything that we have for this sentence. So, and we have of course the beautiful painting of our artist to color for us. This sight of her being established, and also looking at that first distraction and the beginning of the Ramayana problems. Maricha in the deer form, golden deer form. Okay, what a beautiful painting again. Okay, so any questions? Okay, I'll assume that everybody didn't understand and move forward.
Sir, if you want to introduce Marichaha in the sentence, sir.
How do you want to use Marichaha? Okay, let us talk this picture. Okay, Yada Ramaha Sitaya Lakshmanena cha saha Chitrakute asti tada ekasmin dine दूरे सुवर्ण मृगः दृष्टः सीता सुवर्णहरिणं दृष्ट्वा तम् इच्छितवती रामम् उक्तवती suvarnam harinam anayatu aham ichchami iti. Ramah astu iti uktva Lakshmanam tatra uktavan atra eva sthitva sitayaha rakshanam kuru aham gatva suvarnam harinam grihitva anayami iti vadati. Lakshmanah tatra eva sthitva sitayaha rakshanam kurvan asit. We can go on. That painting speaks so much to me.
So nice, so nice. This way, I think we can try.
Yeah. This is the way. You don't see just one picture. A speech comes out. It doesn't matter error, pirror. Just throw it in. Slowly, you will yourself notice. I am getting stuck here. What should I be doing? Like that. So if you throw, if you have done good effort, you can put it into a small audio snippet and share in the group. Then I can maybe comment back with a vocal feedback, because typing everything will take time. I don't want you to type. Just leave audio snippet and put a note saying.
That is excellent idea.
Yeah,
excellent idea.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. Don't overload us, but do it. Yeah.
Aham prayatnam karomi.
Good start. Others, please participate like Bhatji.
Okay, sir.
Don't go into this. We are all equals in the classroom. Believe me. The seniors are senior because they are old. Nothing else. Remember that. Okay. All right. So, do we have time? No, we don't have time. So, next class we will continue to learn this speciality of this Shashti Vibhakti. Okay, it is a good point to start the next class. So, with this we will conclude today's class. Thank you very much for attending in good numbers. Are there any questions at the end? Am I going too fast, too slow? Is it all in the right direction? Please give me those feedbacks. If you don't want to give collectively in the classroom, please PP me. Okay, that will also help me. Private.
Maybe it is good idea to go one round to get the
PM
feedback.
me, I should say, not PP me. PM me. Yeah, Varya.
Good idea to go one round. We can just start with Ayush, Mohit.
Oh, okay, sure.
Like that.
Sure. I
Just
will
one
skip
sentence
those who are
their
already active in the
feedback.
class. I will ask. Akhil, Rajiv, Varya, are you making sense from this?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, thanks, Akhil. Archana Bhatt Varya, you two guys are new to me. Archana Bhatt Varya.
No, she is from Sanskrit background, sir. That you met.
That is different.
Yes,
In
sir.
the class, am I making sense? To her?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Is it making sense, Bhagini?
Ha, sir.
Very good. Ayush Varya. Again another new name. Or am I wrong? Ayush Varya. No response from Ayush. He wants to remain hush. Okay, Janaki Varya is participating. Brunal Varya did intervene in between. Say it is all the terminology is spinning my head. No problem. Mohit Varya is not having his microphone because he didn't accept the terms when he joined Zoom. So he is not having any right to speak in the meeting. Okay, his microphone is disabled. Vatsala Varya, Sarvam Nyayate Kila? Vatsala Varya, Kimapi na shruyate. Microphone may not be accurately connected.
Trying, but I think
microphone is not working. Yeah. Rishabh Varya, katamasti?
So like little समझ में आ रहा है.
अरे थोड़ा सा क्या बहु ज्ञानं प्राप्तव्यमस्ति. पुनः शृणोतु. मुद्रणं पुनः एकवारं शृणोतु यदा समयः लप्स्यते. Sriraj Varya did respond in the class. Okay, like this, guys. Please participate. Thank you. I think I did see Shabad join but ran away after a while. And I don't see some other guys who are there in my live classrooms also today for some reason. Maybe they are away from the station today. That's okay. All right, we will catch up next week. See you all. Bye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good day.
Good day, sir.
Dhanyawada.
Okay.
Recording stop.